Hello everyone, myself Adit, and in this video we are going to learn about agent lifecycle management or understanding the life cycle of an OpenClaw agent. So first, let me ask you a question that have you ever wondered what actually happens inside an AI agent after you give it a task? How does it decide what to do, when to call tools, and when to stop? Under this process or understanding this process is essential if you want to build or debug or control AI agent efficiently. In this video, we'll break down the entire life cycle of an OpenClaw agent from moment it starts to the moment it produces the final output. Why life cycle understanding matters? Because when developer builds AI agent, many assume that agent simply receives a prompt and generate a response. But in reality, agent follows a structured execution life cycle. This life cycle controls how the agent interpret the task, decide action, interact with tools, and generate the final response. If something goes wrong with your agent, understanding this life cycle helps you identify exactly where the issue occurs. Now, let me give you an overview of the agent life cycle first. It starts with the agent initialization, task interpretation, thinking and planning, tool execution, response generation, and completion. Let me build a loop so that you can understand perfectly. First is start step, then it goes to think, then it goes to act, and the last one is output. This is the loop which an AI agent follows continuously. The first step is start or agent initialization. The lifecycle begins with agent initialization. At this stage, the agent loads its configuration, the language model is selected, tools are registered, and the system prompt is loaded. It is basically the step of preparing all the resource before the processing step. The second one step is task interpretation, where once the user submits the task, the agent enters this stage and the agent analyzes what the user wants, what is the information needed, whether tool might be required or not. The third step is the thinking part, where the agent decides what steps are required, whether it should call a tool, what data to retrieve. For example, if a user asks, get today's weather, the agent recognizes that it needs external data, so it plans to call the weather API. Now the fourth step is act part or the tool execution part. After the planning has been done, the agent calls the tools like APIs, databases, or file system. The tool retrieves the required data and send it back to the agent. This steps allows the agent to work with real world information. And the fifth or the last part is response generation or the output part. When the agent has the necessary data, it moves to the response generation. The AI processes the information and generates a cleaner answer for the user. In this way, after generating the response, the agent completes the task and the logging or the logs are maintained as well, so that the execution logs are stored, tool usage is recorded, and the system returns the final result to the user. And the logs are extremely useful for debugging and monitoring the agent process. So the life cycle of an OpenClaw agent follows a simple but powerful flow. Initialize, understand, think, act, and then response. And once you understand this life cycle, you gain much better control on how the agent behave. Because remember, to control an agent, you first need to understand its life cycle. That's the most important part of using an OpenClaw agent. Thank you.